Hi everyone. So my name is Lucy, and this is Lissy, and we are part of a distributed team across Traverse City, Lansing, Ann Arbor, and beyond. And we work for Haggerty, which is a lifestyle brand geared for people who love classic cars. So our projects range from everything from classic car insurance, which really helps our users insure and protect the cars that they love, to things like Haggerty Drivers Club, which helps people who aren't quite ready yet for their first classic car still engage in the hobby in meaningful ways. Today, we want to go a little bit domain agnostic and talk about the fact that we are all here because we want to make a difference. We want to use our design power for good. And a lot of us, in order to do that, have taken it upon ourselves to own the user experience. In fact, for most of us, it's part of our job descriptions. And we work hard at becoming UX-perts. So we work hard at mastering the craft of user experience. We work hard at learning how to spot bad design and practices. And we work hard at really creating good experiences for our users. So the idea of a UX-pert sounds great. Why is this an issue? Sorry, this is hard to manage. So with UX expertise comes pitfalls. For one, when great UX falls to one person or team, that really doesn't leverage the minds and talents of the entire organization. It also puts undue responsibility on the shoulders of a small team or individual. Second, when organizations believe that great UX comes from the skills and talents of a single individual or small team, then they can start to have unrealistic expectations of what actually creates great UX, which oftentimes is sheer effort, time, collaboration, and a lot of space. So how do we avoid the UX trap? I'm going to turn it over to Lissy, who will go over some things that we have tried at Haggerty.
Thank you, Lucy. All right, so I will go over a couple of tenets on how to avoid the UX-pert trap and a couple of examples that we're trying out at Haggerty today. So one thing is not hogging design, which in practice is really easy to say, but kind of harder to do. One of the ways that we're trying to do this right now is by bringing in developers, stakeholders, other departments, and anybody else who's interested in the user experience into our workshops, testing, and observation rooms. And this has been great for, especially with our stakeholders, in showing them how users react to things like questions about gender, which is something that's really hard to talk about without a recording of how people might feel about those kinds of things. Also, we try to design transparently. And as you can see, it looks a little bit uncomfortable and challenging, and that's exactly how it is at Haggerty today. But if you really stick with it, you can get some really amazing footage. So one of the ways that we've been trying to do this is by having something that we're calling UX open hours. And in our distributed team, we have about 7 people to each team, and they're all located in different places. So one of our main goals is to make it easy for people to knock on our desk or stop by, ask questions and concerns. So what we're doing is opening up a screen share of our desktop during the most intimate part of our process, which is creating the design and looking through the research, and letting people ask us questions and voice their concerns and inform the design. And that's been interesting, to say the least. We also want to teach non-designers user experience. And the way that we've been trying to do this right now at Haggerty is by starting our own corporate site. And the aim here is to provide a lens into how we provide value for the business, and also to share out bite-sized learnings for UX. One such bite-sized learning is something that we're calling UXercisms. So we are taking common experiences from products and things that people find fun and relatable, and we're changing one thing from that process that could make the UX better. And finally, we want to make UX accessible, not just corporate-wide, but also to our neighboring teams and departments. One of the ways that we've been doing that today is through design bites. So essentially in the mornings, we'll draw up one of these tenets from our research. I'm sure some of them are very familiar to you. And we'll share them out during our stand-ups with our different teams. And they've been great in sort of reminding everybody what we're here for and who we're designing for, but also as a great refresher for our team of designers. So takeaways, how has this been working at Haggerty, and is it effective? Oh, just kidding, I went too far. But the idea here is that what we've been seeing is that people have been empowered to sort of take up the language and use the lingo correctly with other people in meetings and, you know, really pushing UX to the forefront. We've also seen that people are respectful of our timelines and they fully understand it's not magic. So that's been a really great positive feedback loop there. And in terms of collaboration, we've also seen that on our teams, the developers are always fighting for UX, and they've taken ownership in it as well, which is something that we want to do. We want to be able to just let go of design, and you know, Reen mentioned this earlier, we always want to like just hog the experience. We own it all. But I think that in letting go a bit and letting the developer team come in with you and own it together, you guys can perform better and make a better user experience. And that's all. So thank you for your time, you guys.
If anybody has any questions for any of the lightning speakers, you guys can ask them now.